Today's record high number of COVID-19 deaths in Arkansas is sounding the alarm for one local coroner who says his office is already nearing its limit. 5 News reporter Juliana Clipson joins us live with more.
This is the Washington County Coroner Roger Morris's office. I spoke with him today, and he tells me there were 2 times last month that if he would have gotten one more call for service, it would have completely maxed him out. There would have been no room left here. Arkansas sees its highest number of COVID-19 related deaths in a day with 53. But health experts say as cases continue to spike, that number is only expected to rise.
Right now our mortality rate from COVID-19 in Northwest Arkansas across all age groups is about 1.75%, and you can kind of do the math.
Washington County Coroner Roger Morris says as the area remains in the top 5 counties each day for new cases, his office sees that impact.
We're starting to average anywhere from 3 to 4 COVID deaths a day.
Morris says he expects to see over 60 COVID-related deaths come through his office in the month of December. That's a slight increase to the numbers that nearly exceeded his office's capacity last month.
Twice in November, we were 1 call away from being maxed out.
As the Christmas and New Year's holidays quickly approach, Morris urges Arkansans to be cautious so your loved ones can be around for more Christmases to come.
It bothers me a lot because a lot of these people would have died right now. They would be, at least visiting with their families by Zoom or by FaceTime with their loved ones for Christmas, and you'd have them around for 2 or 3 other Christmases.
To address the rapid spread, Governor Asa Hutchinson will visit Springdale on Wednesday to develop a local action plan. In Fayetteville, covering news where you live, Juliana Clipson, 5 News.
As Juliana mentioned, today Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson announced plans for a series of community meetings across the state to address the growing surge. His office says the governor will have meetings this week in Benton, Springdale, and Jonesboro, followed by additional meetings in other cities next week. He's scheduled to be in Springdale on Wednesday at 10 a.m. at the Jones Center. The governor also plans to give a speech Thursday night at 7 for a statewide audience.